Hello everybody, Grizzly Pig here, welcome to today's episode. And in Star Citizen today I have stumbled across this ship that's just been abandoned. Looks like it's not very damaged, if at all. It's the Stinger and it's a really beautiful ship. This was released very recently along with the Shiv and the Paladin. Now this is a heavy fighter and I'm looking at the DPS calculator here, and on paper it doesn't look as good as some of the other options that we do have. It only has about 36,000 HP and the shield is about just under 10,000, so I think it's going to be very squishy. You can swap out the stock shields though for industrial ramparts, giving you about 12,000 HP on the shields there, so it's a bit of an improvement if you wanted to do that. This quite obviously looks like a ship that is suffering from not having enough power. You actually are able to run 3 coolers on this, but if you want to get any power towards your guns, your thrusters and your shields, you realistically can't run the coolers at all. In fact, if you take all of the coolers offline, you are still lacking 2 points to go full into your weapons, thrusters and shields. But of course there's ways around that. You could build this out with ballistics if you wanted to. It comes with mostly a mix of S4 and S2 light strikes with an S5 Roth. That's a unique plasma cannon, and because this has so many guns, it also looks like it suffers from the other problem where in order to actually load it out with a full set of guns, if you're going for laser cannons or repeaters, for example, you're not going to get many rounds fired off before you have to recharge again. On the DPS calculator, it says only 13 shots. However, they are cannons, so they're slow firing with high alpha damage. Anyway, you can pick this up in the pledge store for £264 GBP, which is more than twice the Shiv at £123. So this is not a cheap ship. You might want to think twice before you go ahead and buy this. And I've been lucky enough to find this one here. I've had to blow the back doors in to be able to access it, and it is an absolutely stunning looking ship. From the outside it looks really unique. It's giving off like an alien boneyard kind of feel. It makes this really weird eerie alien noise as well when you're flying it, like it's trying to talk to you. And you can see also that the interface in the pilot seat is actually quite nice looking as well. However, a big downside, if you see around the screen here, we've got this weird glitch going on where some of the framework of the ship is actually blocking our view a bit. So this is really not good. They need to fix this 100% because that is just very bad in my opinion in the design. So we're trying this out now in an orange security patrol mission, and it seems to work okay with the free gimbal, and it's a good job as well because it's actually not the most maneuverable ship at all, so it does help when the free gimbal works with ships that are quite slow with their pitch and yaw. So everything is a-okay, but it really should be better because this, to me, it feels like it's in the class of a Guardian, simply because we cannot get very many shots off. Our lack of maneuverability is surely going to cause us a problem if we do missions with more enemies, and to that end as well, I'm pretty sure that we're going to go kaboom pretty quickly as well with our lack of HP and shield. Visual glitch around the screen here is very bad. It also affects when you're in your Moby glass right here. That really needs to be fixed. This ship has been in the PTU. They should be able to do it quite quickly, and if they do it soon, then absolutely great. So overall, there are a few problems going on here, I must admit. But it is an amazing looking ship, and I'm not going to change the guns on this because this is not a ship I own. It's more hassle than it's worth to do it. But definitely you could make a big improvement in the DPS on this ship if you swap out the stock guns for CFs. Just bear in mind though that you cannot change the Roth. That's the size 5 plasma cannon that comes with it. As far as the DPS calculator suggests, that is locked. So we're doing another security patrol mission here now, and we were unable to protect the ship there. For some reason, these missions are a lot harder. I think they've improved the AI, and I think they've also improved the ballistics. The AI ships just seem to be a lot more responsive and seem to be landing their hits and stuff like that. So it is a bit tougher. I've even had an instance where a ace pilot was actually able to escape because the ship that I had to protect just got totally zerged so quickly. And the search the 4 locations objective as well, you actually have to check all 4 of them. It isn't the case now where if you find the beacon and destroy it, that's the end of that objective. There will be 4 beacons that you now have to destroy. So they basically fixed that because that wasn't really working as intended as far as I'm aware. So these things are all making these missions a little bit harder. So the Ace Pilot helmets and the medals are just a little bit tougher to get now than the previous build. It's worth noting this is just a 74k orange mission here. We haven't done any of the harder 135k missions where you could get 7 or 8 enemies. We're only getting 2 or 3 enemies at a time, and you can see we're actually getting wrecked here by this little Hornet. So that really does go to show how weak this ship can be if you take a few hits. We're already red on our nose and we lost our shields. We are getting them back, but this really isn't good news. A heavy fighter of this kind that costs just under 300 quid really should be performing better than this, in my opinion. If I had to rate this ship out of 10, it'd probably be, at least with the stock build, a 3, and those points are all basically because of the look of the ship. It's a really cool looking ship, I will give it that. If you optimize the guns and put something like ballistics or CFs on it, then maybe give it a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. Not overly impressed with it at all. I am actually going to be getting the Shiv because I think for the money it's going to be really worthwhile. I've had a look at the build on the DPS calculator and it looks pretty decent. Again, it does look a little bit squishy. It's a bit like a Temu Cutlass Black, and by design that is exactly the look they were going for, as evident by the fact that it's put together with loads of other different ship parts. Now, anyway guys, let me know what you think about the Shiv or the Stinger or even the Paladin, because they're certainly 3 very unique ships from each other. As I said, I do have the ship, but really the end game is to upgrade that. I didn't buy it with the intent of using it as my daily flyer, so at some point in future I'm definitely going to be upgrading that through the pledge store. So we're now doing Combat Gauntlet Scenario 6, and as you can see we're absolutely getting wrecked here. We've lost our shields very quickly. On another day maybe this might not happen. I like to try and hide behind an asteroid and peek out on one of the Gladiuses, or just go straight for the Constellation, but there we are, we've had it right there. We are technically still flying, but we're not going anywhere. That is pretty much over for us. So that was a bit of a disappointment. This mission should be a bit easier than this. Anyway, as we're nearly done here, I'd like to thank the guy that left this out for me so that I could test it out. It was a bit of an eye-opener for me. I do honestly think that the devs should do something about the HP and the shields on this ship and make it actually a bit better, because this is really squishy. Also, I'm sure I would have had a much better experience if I were running a different gun loadout, and it's a real shame that the ship is in this state because I really like the look of it. If there are any updates or improvements made to this ship by the devs, then I'm definitely going to be checking back and seeing if it's worth taking another look at. Anyway, I guess we're going to abandon this now and go straight back in our Corsair and carry on farming. I'm working towards another Wicklow ship. I've sold all of my Ace Pilot helmets, unfortunately, so I need to farm some more up, but when I've got enough, I'm going to be buying another Wicklow ship. Maybe you can guess what it's going to be. I'll hopefully have that for you in one of the coming episodes. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd much appreciate it, and I will see you all next time.